print as many dollars as they had the amount of gold in their treasury. So they basically, abolished that standard, and they're now printing dollars off of future debt. So it's not exactly ideal. So we looked at OHM and we realized this is a really powerful concept. But the thing about it is that the underlying assets, mainly in all the liquidity pools and most of the assets that they're collecting, are actually stable coins.
Yep.
And while these stable coins are awesome, right? They're good, they're pegged to the dollar. If you do a bit of research and you even look on Google and stuff, you can realize that the dollar is inflating right now because of all the COVID stuff, the supply chain, supply and demand issues that have been happening all over the industries. And it's inflating at over 5.5% per annum.
Yeah, that's a little bit into the United States last year printed like $7 trillion in dollars. And so they actually printed like 40% of all bills in existence in like 1 year period. And so that's why the inflation's so bad right now. And that's why I really like your idea of what you guys are doing here, not backing it to stable coins, but actually doing meme coins. So sorry to just interject there, but continue.
Oh, yeah, no problem. So, you look at the dollar and you realize the stable coins are safe. They're awesome coins to have, especially DAI. DAI is backed by Ethereum, so we know that Ethereum is just going to keep going up, and it's not going anywhere. But since it's pegged to the dollar, and the dollar's inflating so heavily, basically the entire treasury is becoming worth less and less each year. And like you were just saying, over 40% of the US dollars were printed in the last year alone. So that leaves us with, an undeniable fact that what's happening right now is that the dollar is being devalued and it's worth less and less every year. So to have a treasury that solely, is based on the dollar means that your treasury is going to be worth less and less every year going forward. And we don't know how bad this is going to get, but it just seems to be getting worse and worse every day. There's more articles coming out in the news saying the dollar's inflating, too many have been printed, minimum wage isn't going up to match it and stuff, and it's putting the economy into a precarious position, to say the least. So we had the idea that we're going to create an own fork that's not backed by the dollar, but that initially is going to be backed by Ethereum, because we're extremely bullish on Ethereum. Ethereum's the king of DeFi, decentralized finance. It's where everything began, where they had the first smart contracts. You've got wrapped Bitcoin, all sorts of other tokens on Ethereum, and a lot of development is happening on other chains too now, but the primary development and all the big dogs are on Ethereum. So we know that Ethereum 2.0 is coming out, and it's going to be a proof of stake network sometime next year, hopefully. And we know that the value of Ethereum is just going to keep going up. And even if Ethereum dips 50% because of a bear market or something, which is something a lot of people are worried about, we know that in the end, in a couple of years, it's going to be worth a lot more than it is today. And we know that it's going to appreciate in value at an exponential rate compared to the US dollar. So we had the bright idea that these meme coins as well, they have passionate communities. They've proven themselves since Doge. I mean, Shiba Inu was just under 9. I know the price is dipping now, but we've got Doge and Shiba in the top 20 coins. We've got Floki, which is moving up fast. They just sponsored a sports team. If you look on Dex Tools trending, there's all sorts of other meme tokens. And the value of meme tokens is just increasing. And the communities behind these meme tokens are just becoming bigger and more passionate than they've ever been before. So, you've got them sponsoring sporting events and creating decentralized exchanges like Shiba Swap. And they're really doing some great things in the space, even though a lot of people refer to them as shitcoins. I don't refer to them as shitcoins. I don't think they're shitcoins. I think they have great potential and that they're just going to keep going up in value as well, especially the ones that are pooled on Ethereum, because as Ethereum goes up in value, everything on Ethereum is going to go up in value with it. So we decided, we're going to create a fork of Ohm that actually harnesses the power of these meme coins. And while doing that, it's going to be beneficial for both our community and their community, because it's going to be creating a black hole for every meme coin that gets bonded into our treasury. So there's less of them in the supply after that, after they come into Cerberus DAO, and there's less of them that can be sold. So it gives them an ever-increasing price floor. And, right now they're probably looking at all these other Ohm forks and the other ones and wondering, hey, are these guys legit? And we are legit, and we'll prove that in time, And once they realize how beneficial it is to them, a lot of these meme coins will want to be a part of our treasury. And they're going to want to be bonded in, because they're going to realize, hey, the more of them that are in Cerberus DAO, the less of them can be sold, and our price is going to go up, and our community is going to be happy. And, it's going to cause a ripple effect where they realize, hey, we actually want to be bonded into this treasury, because after that, there's less of the supply that can be sold. So it really is going to be, a different fork from all the other Ohm forks that are present to this day. Most of them are based on stable coins. There's a couple of them that are based on ETH. There's a couple of them that are based on other tokens as well. But we haven't really seen one on Ethereum yet that would harness the power of these memes and the power of their communities. So we made it our goal to create a decentralized reserve currency that wasn't just going to be backed by DAI or ETH, although those will be bondable assets in our treasury. We want to have these meme coins as well, because when these meme coins do another times 3, another times 4, our treasury is going to go up in value too. So it's a win-win for us, and really it's a no-brainer for everyone who knows the potential of these meme coins. And just taking Shiba Inu as an example, we can see some serious price gains. I think 67 million% since its launch. So if that's not the most underrated asset in the history of the world, then I really don't know what is. I think SpaceX, maybe as a private company, something that you can't buy since all the shares are private, has done something like 60 million% as well. But you can't buy that, and anyone can buy Shiba Inu because it's decentralized. It's on these decentralized exchanges. It's on the centralized ones as well. There's talks of it being listed in places like Robinhood. So, we know that regardless of what the daily price does or the weekly price does, I know it's in like a 22% dip in the last 7 days. We know that it's going to go up in value. So that's basically the reason that we've created and launched Cerberus DAO, because we want this to be the decentralized reserve currency. And, we're not competing with Ohm, we're not competing with Time or Klima or the other forks. We're learning from them. And we're watching everything they do, and we're seeing when they mistake, and we're seeing when they do something amazing. And we respect the hell out of them. They're the ones that have pioneered this whole decentralized reserve currency space. And we respect them for that, because without them, we wouldn't be able to create Cerberus DAO as it is. So, we've just got a massive respect towards these other tokens, and nothing bad at all to say about them. I think the more Ohm forks that are doing well in the space, the better it is for Ohm, and the better it is for all Ohm forks, because it's proving that, this is a reserve currency that's basically backed by the gold standard. That means they can't just print money like the government is doing right now.
Yep.
They have to have the assets in their treasury first.
No, I love your idea here. I literally get sent maybe 20 to 30 projects a day. Yesterday I was, kind of doing my daily routine, and 3 or 4 people sent me a project, and I just started digging into it, and immediately I was like, wow, these guys are doing something different, right? They're not kind of just doing the same copy with the same high APR staking. They're actually bringing a new idea in, and I thought it was extremely interesting. That's why I reached out to you right away, and I'm thankful that you came on board. Will you give us a little bit of a background of who you are, who your team is, if you guys are located in a certain place, give us some background, about your project.
So right now, being basically crypto monetary policy makers, our team is non, but I do know all of our team members personally.
Okay.
I've worked with them on past projects, and I've worked on several successful thriving projects in the space myself. I don't want to name the projects right now because I'm still, anonymous myself.
I understand.
But I've come forward, and today I just completed a KYC with kycastle.tech, and I had to do that in order to get our ads posted on Dex Tools because we just got posted as a featured sponsor. So a bit about the team that I can say without really revealing who they are and
Sure.
what projects they've worked on is that we're North American based. Some of us are in Canada, some of us are in the States, and we have a few team members that are in the UK as well. Them mostly being graphic designers and community managers and stuff. But everyone that I've put on this team, I've personally worked with, and I know them. And I came to them and said, "Hey, do you want to be a part of something great?" And I know that you're perfect for the job. So it's not like we just took an anonymous bunch of people and stuck them together and expected them to work well together. It's people I know. It's people I trust.
You handpicked them
because you can't get that crypto,
Yeah.
And I've had so many people join our Discord and just be like, "Oh, Anubis 2.0," that we actually wrote a Medium article about Anubis. And when it came out, we were actually a few days into development. We hadn't created a Discord yet. We hadn't posted anything official. I think maybe our Twitter account might have been made, and our first Medium post possibly. But it was like, oh man, like these guys just stole our idea kind of thing. And that's genuinely how we felt. Like I was looking around at my team saying, well, I know nobody leaked the idea, so somebody else must have had the same idea at the same time, which is just, I thought, hey, it's such a great idea that why wouldn't everyone else have this idea, And I actually, threw some Ethan myself into Anubis, and then the whole rug pull happened, which kind of stained the entire space for a while.
Yeah.
A lot of people I know were also, putting into that because I thought, hey, if these guys are going to launch the same thing out from under us, I want to be in on it because I know it's going to have legs.
How long have you guys been working on the project? I mean, is this something you guys been working on for months, or was this, something you guys just put together quickly? I mean, what's the kind of background of how long you guys been grinding away at this, and what do we look forward to over the next couple weeks here?
Yeah, so we started about a month ago, I would say.
Okay.
Like I said, right around the same time, slightly a couple days before Anubis came out, and they had their copper launch, and that's when we started meeting and we started talking about, okay, who are we going to bring onto this team? When are we going to launch this? How are we going to launch this? What assets are best in our treasury? I know our first Medium article, it says, that we were going to be starting with DAI, but we looked at that and we decided we're a lot better off, having our main liquidity pool seeded with Ethereum because we're long-term bullish on Ethereum. And we want this project to last long-term. And even if we do have volatile meme coins in our treasury, if our main liquidity pool is Ethereum and it's our largest liquidity pool, then we we run the best chance of having that long-term success. So I know meme coins are a new asset class, really, and there's a lot of people that were calling them shit coins a few months ago, and then when Shiba hit the top 10, they kind of changed their tune, and they were buying it.
Yeah,
But,
I think in the meme coin world though, there are a lot of shit coins, and I think that people put every meme coin in the same basket when you really can't do that, right? There are some projects that stand out, that are going to last the test of time here in crypto, but a big majority of meme tokens are either rugs or not really developed teams, just some ideas that people are putting out, and they really don't get successful. What I really want to know is, how do you guys pick which meme coins are going to be, a part of the treasury? Is this something that you're looking at top 100 meme coins? Is this something that you guys are going to be trying to help launch maybe new projects that you guys are partnered with or talking to? Can you walk us through how that works?
Yeah, I don't honestly think we'll be bringing new assets into our treasury or helping launch meme coins or anything like that. We're basically looking for the top dogs.
Got it.
So we
Top
want
100?
established projects, ideally that are in the top 100 with, a billion market cap. We don't want a treasury full of meme coin that can possibly rug or that could just die. Like you said, there are a lot of meme coins that are just shit coins.
Yeah.
But then there are a few of them that have very passionate communities behind them that are going places. Take Floki Inu, for example. I just saw that they sponsored a sports team and that they're going to have Floki on the jerseys and stuff. And it's meme coins like that have these powerful communities behind them, and they're reaching massive market caps at a pace that nobody anticipated they would. And there's going to be a lot of due diligence in checking which meme coins added to the treasury, how much of it's added to the treasury. Like I said, we're primarily going to keep it to begin with as ETH because we want to build our treasury with ETH. We're also going to have DAI, in case of that bear market everyone's afraid of. It is smart to have some DAI, but we know that, in the long run, we want ETH as our main backing asset for the protocol so that it can have long-term sustainability. And then we'll bond in meme coins at a pace that, is safe for the protocol. So we're not going to just have you can bond in millions of dollars of SHIB in the first day. It's going to be like Ohm where it gets sold out and then you have to wait until there's another rebase and it gets sold out. And we're going to carefully, choose our percentage on how much can be bonded in so that it's not too much, it's not too risky, but it will build our treasury with meme coins. And selecting which new coins in the future is going to be something that we rely on some heavy due diligence for, researching the projects, making sure that it can't rug pull, making sure that it's going somewhere. Market cap is obviously going to be a huge deciding factor.
Yeah.
And, we're also going to have the community's input on this as well.
Yeah, and so that kind of leads into my next question. So when you guys do decide to bring on another project, is this something where we're going to be able to do like a governance vote that the people will decide, or is this something internally that the team will decide, and then it's just like, hey, this is what's coming, this is what we're adding, or will the people have to say?
So the people, we definitely want the people to have the same. We definitely want to structure this towards being a DAO. That's why it is called Cerberus DAO. So we want to have the decentralized autonomous organization structure, but we're still researching the best way to implement that and, in a way that we can also guard the project because we don't want, everybody voting a token in that we don't feel safe having in the treasury.
Totally understand.
So there has to be some kind of a safeguard to that where, if we know, this project is a low market cap, it's got unlocked liquidity, there's a chance that they could rug kind of thing, then we're definitely not gonna let that get put into our treasury, because it would be counterintuitive, and it could leave us with a huge hole in our treasury, and then people would have basically gotten 3 dog tokens for nothing, which would devalue the whole project.
I totally understand that, and so that's going to be really interesting to see, you know, how that works out. Can you talk to us a little bit about token supply during the launch and after the launch?
So I don't know if you guys have seen OHM, but every time you look at it, every rebase they have, every 8 hours they have a rebase, right? And if you have your own tokens staked, or you're bonding the assets, like they've got DAI that you can put into the treasury, and then over 5 days you are given those OHM tokens as rewards for what you bonded into the treasury at a discounted rate. So that's what gives people the motivation to do that, to bond those assets into the treasury, is the discounted rate. And the discount runs out when, you know, they have enough of that asset before the next rebase, and then it'll go down to 0%, where you're really getting no deal on the bond, and there's no reason to do it anymore. So how it's going to work to begin with, a lot of these other home forks we've seen, you know, like Squid DAO is worth $1 million, Wagme is worth $1,300. Some of them are worth $500. Some of them are worth, you know, $10,000. But since we are 3-dog token, and we are Cerberus DAO, and we want to have tokens like Shiba and, you know, possibly Floki in the future bonded into our treasury, we've gone with a higher supply to begin with.
That makes sense.
We're starting off with 100 million, and as the rebases happen, the supply will grow every 8 hours.
Gotcha. No, that's a good explanation of that. You know, I'm on your guys' website. You know, I do kind of do a whole, you know, research and try to really, you know, see what's going on. Are you guys looking to you know, put out a roadmap soon, so we kind of see where you guys are headed? You guys planning to update the website? You know, can you walk us through kind of what that would look like, or the next maybe month or two in your project?
Yeah, so the first thing that we want to do on Friday, after our fair launch is done, we want to get our liquidity pools seeded, and we also want to get our app up and running. We've got it up and running on Rinkeby testnet, so you can go on there right now with the tokens and, you know, ETH/3dog LP tokens, and you can bond them into the treasury to get 3 dogs. So we do have our app working on Rinkeby, and the next big step is to get it onto Ethereum and get it all live, make sure that it's working properly, which, you know, we know that it will be because we have it live on Rinkeby. But that's really our next big hurdle. And then after that, what we're going to be looking at is really, you know, when we can add new assets into the treasury, which ones we should, you know, start off adding into the treasury, and getting those bonds up and deciding what percentage is safe to have them bonded into our treasury. And, you know, I think our roadmap is basically going to be kind of like OHM's roadmap, which is to add new assets and, you know, just going forward, build the treasury and build 3-dog token.
Awesome, man. That's really cool. You know, is there anything I haven't asked that you think we should know that's very valuable? You know, and then maybe what I'll do is open it up to questions from the audience.
I mean,
you give a really good breakdown of the project.
Yeah, no, I can't think of anything right now that I haven't said.
Okay.
Some people might ask, why'd you guys call it 3-dog, and why is it called Cerberus? Well, Cerberus is a 3-headed dog, so we plan on having more than 3 dog coins,
I like that.
coins in our treasury.
No, that's really cool,
that's
man.
why we chose it.
No, that's really cool. When you actually have a name that actually has a purpose, that's pretty cool. All right. Well, what I'd like to do is maybe open up to the audience. How this works is you raise your hand that you want to speak. I'll bring you onto the stage, and you can ask your questions, guys. So I'll look for requests right now. If anyone that wants to come up and ask him a question.
All right, yeah, that sounds good to me.
If I can get anybody to come up and ask a question, maybe you answered pretty much all the questions. Huh. Usually have a couple people that have some stuff. I think what it is too is your project's so new that a lot of people in this thing are just kind of learning about it over the last 18 hours, and so we did go over a lot of the stuff. We'll give it another minute or two to see if anyone does have a question, and if not, what we're going to do, guys, is I'm going to post all the information about the sale that's happening right now. I think there's still another like 1 or 2 days left in the public's the first sale here. It is on Copper, and so I'll link all the details on where to get in. Me personally, I have bought in. I put about $7,000 into this project, and after this AMA, I'm a little bit more bullish, and so I'm going to be probably investing some more money into this project as well. I know some of my team are excited about that, and they actually have joined in on that as well. And what we're going to do is probably either, depending on your schedule, either this weekend or early next week, I wanted you to sit down with Draco. He's our Masters of DAO expert and manager here in the Discord. And he's probably has questions that I can't even think to ask. And so that'll be on YouTube really for the main public to kind of digest all of the same information. And you probably will have to repeat some of the stuff you said here, but I think that your project is a really, really cool and fun idea. I mean, who doesn't like to make a ton of money on meme coins, mixing it with a DAO and what you guys are doing? I think this is going to be a very, very interesting project and a good way to grow the treasury, right? You guys get a couple of these top 100 meme coins, and you really can explode actually, and it's very exciting.
Yeah. I mean, definitely. That's definitely the plan, and we want Three Dog to become a meme itself, right? That's one of our goals because when people realize, oh hey, Three Dog is gonna have some shib in it, it might have this other dog, it might have that other dog, then they're gonna start memeing it because they'll actually trade their meme coins for Three Dog, stake it, earn some more of them, and there's nothing stopping us from becoming a powerful meme coin ourselves in the future, as well as the serious decentralized reserve currency protocol that basically is backed by ETH, meme coins, and even some DAI.
No, man, I love the idea. I think you guys will be very successful in the next couple of months here. And is there anything else that we can do to support you guys as far as the audience, maybe joining the Discord, of course, maybe letting our family and friends know that hey, we're interested in this project. Is there anything else that we can do to support your project as a whole?
I would say definitely let the Shiba Inu holders know that come Friday, they'll have an opportunity to bond their SHIB into our treasury, which will give us a chance to start getting it built up with SHIB and also give them a chance to get some Three Dog tokens.
Nice, yeah. I've got several billion SHIB on the side. I think I put about $500 or $600 in the Shiba Inu a long time ago, and it turned into about 300 or 400 grand. And I took some nice profits at the top, and then I'm actually looking forward to moving some SHIB into your project and doing some bonding with that as well.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's exactly what we want. And we're not joining their Telegram for Shiba and like spamming our project or anything. That's not how we want them to find out about us. We want them to hear from word of mouth and make the decision themselves as holders if it's something they'd like to bond into our treasury or if it's something they'd rather pass up. That's completely up to them. But yeah, it's going to be, I think, a really good, long-lasting protocol because I'm long-term bullish on all these meme coins. And even though some people call them shit coins, some people say it's a big joke, Shiba Inu past Nissan for a few days there. So.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty wild, man. This is really. Oh, we lost Drew there. Drew, if you can come back up. Yeah, here we go. And then guys, if you want to speak, just go ahead and raise your hand, and you'll go into the request here, and I'll bring you on stage. You just got to unmute your mic and ask the gentleman a question. So, Drew, without further ado, what you got for us?
Yeah, thanks for taking my question. So, forgive my ignorance on this, because this is the first type of project like this I would be investing in. So I was just looking on the website and just looking at copper and how it's got this price prediction feature, and I know that's not going to be exactly accurate. But how does it work as far as investing early on versus in the next couple of days versus later on throughout the project? I'm just a little bit confused as far as how that whole thing works. I tried to look at the description, but it's my first time looking at this type of project, like a DAO type of thing.
Yeah, I know. So I think for Copper Launch, a lot of people haven't used it, and a lot of people don't know what it's about. So basically, it started off with 1% of the tokens that we put into the Copper Launch, and 99% of it not available. And then over these 3 days, more and more tokens are released to the Copper Launch, which is why it has that price curve that's going downwards, because that is assuming that there are no buys. But when somebody comes in and they buy 3 DAO tokens through Copper, it actually it shows that the price goes up, and that chart goes up, and then the price prediction kind of changes. But the downward slope is basically assuming that in a day or two, maybe the buying pressure might be a little bit less, and then you can get the tokens at a significant discount because more of them will have been released to the public in the Copper auction, and the price will go down. And that's why it goes down, because more tokens are going to get released until at 3 days, once the auction is up, all of the tokens will have been sold to the public. So it really is a guessing game as to what's actually going to happen in the future versus their curve that they show just going downwards. So that can change, depending on the buying pressure. So one thing that I've heard from people that do have experience with Copper launches is to DCA and dollar cost average to get the lowest price instead of just FOMOing and spending it all at once. I know there were some people that were buying it at 30 cents, and we posted to our Discord right to begin with. The way Copper works is that it's meant to basically screw those bots over that want to buy everything at once, because the whole supply isn't available to be bought in the auction at once. So if you wait and you DCA a few times when you see the lowest price, that is definitely the best way to get in instead of just a big buy with FOMO all at once.
Awesome. Thank you so much for that explanation.
Thank you, Drew, for your question. All right, we got Blue Jay up here. Blue Jay, you go ahead and unmute, and let's have your question, sir.
So thank you for taking my question. I was wondering how long the ignition phase is going to last once staking goes live on Friday.
What exactly do you mean by the ignition phase?
Well, usually, my understanding is usually with these DAOs that launch, there's like an ignition phase where they provide incentives to people to stake, where they might tweak the APY, or just it might be 1 day, 2 day, 3 day. Really, the protocol decides. But usually, it seems like they usually have ignition phase to incentivize people to stake or into the protocol.
Yeah, so at the beginning, I do expect the APY to be high, but as the pool fills up and more people stake their 3DAO tokens and more of the supply is staked in the protocol, then the APYs relative to how many people have staked. So, you know, in the beginning, it'll most likely be very high, and then it'll come down a bit. We're not going to make it stupid high because we want this to last and be successful long term. You know, we don't want to turn this into a pump and dump where somebody's getting 10% of their you know, staked amount back in the first day. So we're gonna do it with long term sustainability in mind, and there may be a bit of what you call an ignition phase, but I don't think we're gonna go too crazy on pumping up the APYs. I think it will be really high though to begin with because a lot of people won't have their tokens staked.
Okay, you know, actually, your answer makes me more bullish. So thank you for that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Jay,
Thanks for the question.
did you have another question, brother, or is that it?
Oh yeah, that's it. Thank you, guys.
Hey, Jay, thank you for your question, my dude. I appreciate you. Anybody else, guys, have a question for the founder of Cerberus DAO here? I went ahead and posted the auction in general chat. I pinged Bull and Super Bull. Right now, it's trading right around 2.3 cents. I'm actually in the process of transferring some ETH over to buy a little bit more. I do plan on putting some more money into this today right now. I think this is a really cool idea for a project, guys, and I think this can be very successful. And it just launched yesterday, so you know, you're very early, and there was no whitelist or anything like that, right, man? Nothing like that.
No, yeah, we have OG roles in our Discord because we were gonna do like a whitelist and have, you know, people with a maximum contribution amount, but then we decided that, you know, really if this is a decentralized reserve currency, we want the most decentralized launch that we can have possible.
Fair launch.
We don't want anyone else having a leg up on anyone else. So that's why we chose Copper.
Fantastic, man, and I respect that. You know, that's really showing that you guys thought about that, you thought it through, and you wanted to make it fair for everybody, and so everybody had the same opportunity. That's really good, man. I really like that.
Yeah, exactly. And we knew that, you know, as we launched on Copper, we were planning on, you know, obviously getting some people to tweet about it and getting this DEX tools add up. And we knew that more people would be coming in and want to be able to get in on our fair launch auction that wouldn't have been in the Discord for a whitelist role beforehand. So,
no, that's fantastic. I don't think there's any more questions unless somebody raises their hand soon here. Is there anything else you wanted to say, kind of final words, or anything else we should know?
Just like I said before with Copper, you know, you want a DTA right up until the end of the sale to really get your best price because you don't know what it's going to be tomorrow, and we're live until the 26th. So I think there's about 2 more days left, and you know, yeah, you definitely want a DCA in that, I think. So that's my personal advice.
Right on, man. Well, we appreciate your time. We appreciate you coming here today and explaining your project to our community. And, you know, we look forward to supporting you guys through this. And I'll be in touch about this AMA with Draco. And we look forward to watching you guys grow and becoming a little DAO superpower of meme coins. And it's really exciting.
Yeah, absolutely. I love being here today. I love answering all your questions. This is a great community, and I'm looking forward to the YouTube AMA.
Absolutely. And then Draco actually, Draco is probably a god of DAOs. He understands things that I'm still trying to figure out. And so I go to him for a lot of guidance on this kind of stuff. So he might have some more pointed questions that I can't ask. And so I'm really looking forward to hearing what he's gonna ask you and how that AMA is going to go. So until then, I wish you a happy Thanksgiving and a happy holidays if you are here in the States and not in Canada. And we look forward to growing with you, man. We really do. And we really do appreciate your time today and this morning.
Yeah, I definitely appreciate being here, and a happy Thanksgiving to everyone who's in the States.
Thanks, man. Well, you have a wonderful day, and we'll be in touch. Okay.
All right, sounds good.
All
See
right.
you later, guys.
Thanks, guys.